Figured it takes a few minutes for everybody to get in here, so I would go and get going and get everything set up early. Well, I'm still waiting for my hot water for my coffee. I haven't grabbed the snake yet, but there we are. There's the feed. Look, I'm getting quicker at this. What we got back here today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was just saying I hopped on and get everything set up, and I haven't got my hot water yet. I haven't went and grabbed the snake yet, so you're gonna have to excuse me for just a minute while I do that and get everything caught up here. But good morning, welcome to Coffee with Snakes live stream from Earthbound Misfits. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Things are still a little in disarray over here at the moment, but we're getting there. So give me just 1 second. I'm gonna go grab my hot water while my coffee makes, while we wait for more people to show up. And I think I'm gonna grab Dewey, who is my bumblebee ball python. I think Dewey is gonna be the one I bring out this week. So give me 1 second, hang out, get your coffee ready, stir your sugar. I'm gonna go get some hot water, grab Dewey, the bumblebee ball python, and I will be right back to this seat. I think Lola's out here. Lola's out in the yard back there behind me. I don't know if you can see her. So keep an eye on the dog, make sure she doesn't leave. All right. So who's with us yet? You got 12 people in right now? Okay, so I just got back from getting Dewey. Pour my water here real quick. So this week, we have helicopters flying around, which is awesome. If you guys can hear that in the background, I'm sure you can. So this week we got Dewey. I don't think I featured Dewey. She's actually the model for the Coffee with Snakes ad that I put out. I was just talking about the photo shoot that I did with her. She is a bumblebee ball python, which means she has spider in her, which you can see from her patterning down her dorsal here. But she's a pretty sweet snake. She's I want to say she's about 16 months old now, so a year and 4 months. She's mainly come here. She's choice-based handling mainly. So if I see her out in the enclosure, I just open her door up and she'll climb right out onto me. She's really sweet, and she's been in a lot of videos actually. And she's one of the only snakes that I have that I didn't name after a scientist or an astronomer or something like that. She's She's what was I just saying? You got me lost here. Are you okay today? You okay? So usually I get them out and have them out for a few minutes before I go live, so that way they get an understanding of what their environment is and that they're with me and that they're safe. So I think she's just kind of figuring that out right now. She's got really short tongue flicks. With if your snake is giving out short tongue flicks, it's trying to figure out exactly where it's at, what's going on, what's in its environment, and it keeps them short to keep them a little safer. So they're just trying to get a little bit, just at least one little scent particle to figure out where they're at. And then after they do that a few times, their tongue flicks will get longer, and that kind of lets you know they're relaxing, they're taking a little more risk, they're being a little more vulnerable, and they kind of understand where they're at. They're just trying to see where to go next for the most part. Ain't that right, baby? All right, so what we got here? Candy, you've been up since 5:30. I got up at 7, but I had to feed everybody Muffin. The kids are sleeping. Usually I have Caleb feed Muffin because Muffin's technically Caleb's, our red-footed tortoise. Um, but, you know, it's the weekend. They're on summer vacation, so I just went ahead and took care of it this morning. I had to feed everybody this morning, except for the snakes. They'll get fed tonight. Everybody in our den usually gets fed all on the same day, provided everybody eats. So, Underwood. Morning, Emily. Hi, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Pretty head pattern. Yeah, she's almost got eyebrows. If you look, she's almost got like this face feature on her head pattern. Really cool. I know Canova. They have. I think it's a. I can't remember the morphs on it, but it looks like it's angry. It's got these pointed eyebrows on its head pattern. It looks really cool. But I think it's some kind of spot nose in there. So, and her, I don't have a lot of background information on Dewey. I bought her because she was so pretty, and I love yellow snakes. Everybody loves yellow snakes, but I bought her because I actually bought her from Pittsburgh, my favorite pet store, because I'd mentioned to them how I was kind of looking around for a black and yellow snake because I'm a contractor, so I'm a huge DeWalt fan. If you look at my van, it's all black and yellow. So then they found her for me, so I had to buy her. She's exactly what I was looking for. She's beautiful. So what's going on with the snakes this week? Mary Jane. So some of you know, you've been in the live stream, you've been kind of keeping track of what's going on. We're in between housing. We're waiting for our house to be all set up and ready and finished for us to move into our new house. And our lease had ended in the old place we had. So we're kind of in between, and we're still waiting for them to finish everything and get all the paperwork around and all that neat stuff. So in the meantime, because I can't fit all my enclosures at the place that I'm at, so I took, what was it, Mary Jane, Gorgeous George, and Mary Jane, Gorgeous George, and Marie, my Candino. And I put them in underbed totes, filled them with Reptichip, and I got them in a grow tent with, they've got a 12 on, 12 off light. They got CHEs in there, keeping it nice right around 82. Their enclosures come out to be about 82 degrees a piece. So they're sitting in these totes and they're doing really well, except for Mary Jane is so big she keeps dumping her water. So then her substrate is extra wet, so I've had to take her out and change her substrate quite a bit. Other than that, they're doing healthier. They're doing great. So yeah, trying to feed on the same day sometimes Herschel's a little picky. I don't think you guys have met Herschel yet. He's my big banana pie. And sometimes he gets a little picky and he doesn't want to eat a frozen. So every now and then I have to entice him. I have to do a live feeding with him. But so he gets off track a little bit sometimes. And every now and then I get one that gets off track. And then it messes me up for like 2 weeks until I get them all back in the right schedule, right feeding schedule. So coffee. What am I drinking this week? I'm drinking more of the Great Lakes dark roast. It's brewing right now. Let me see if I can turn this. Let's see. I'm doing a pour over as usual. So waiting for that to get done so then I can have some coffee, some more coffee this morning. Fix the camera here. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on in my world of snakes right now. Just trying to keep everybody fed and warm and comfortable. Well, Mary Jane had her substrate so wet the other day. I actually took her out for like a couple hours. I filmed her out here, so I'll be putting up a short of that soon, um, just to give her enclosure a little bit to dry up. So just do a video with a short intro of all your snakes and who they're named after. After you finish the Minnesota video, you know. So about that, it is extremely hard right now to edit videos with the space and that we have, and there's not really a quiet place to work, so it makes it a little more difficult. And I'm in the middle of a kind of a career change too, so I mean that's been a little different for me. So my schedule is changing, but yeah, you're absolutely right. But if okay, so here's the thing: as I thought about, I thought about introducing all the snakes. But wouldn't it be more fun just every now and then just bring up a snake nobody's ever seen before or heard of, or maybe you've heard of them, never seen them? I think that'd be cool. I got a lot of snakes. It'd be a long intro. Yeah, sometimes life does get in the way, but I've been keeping up pretty good with these weekly live streams, and at least I can do that for the moment. I do have a few videos. Like I said, you were here last week. I don't know if anybody else was here last week that's in now, but I wanted to do a video about, going and getting a ball python from an expo, what kind of things to look for when you're choosing a breeder, what kind of health conditions you can look for, what kind of signs you can look for to make sure, to best ensure that you're getting a healthy snake when you choose. So I like to do something like that too, because I feel like that's pretty helpful. I know, if you go to expos, you know all the stories. And like I said last week, one of the things I look out for is I don't want to buy a snake from somebody who's letting everybody hold their snakes. I don't do that. Um, I don't think it's very healthy for the snake. I mean, people do what they want to do, is fine. And I will, like I said, go and hold the snakes at the expos. So um, I'll go hold them, but I probably won't buy one from you at that point if everybody's holding them. Update on the, I do have an update on the whole Ed Lowe Foundation. So my guy, Jared over there, reached back, and we're going to be setting something up in the fall so we can go out and kind of interview him, look at some of the habitats that they're finding their Mississauga rattlesnakes in, and talk about some of the other habitats, what they're doing for their conservation program, how they fund it, what kind of educational opportunities are out there with it, I'm hoping. And so, but we're going to wait for the fall because we want that foliage to die down a little bit. The Ed Lowe Foundation being what it's about, which is entrepreneurship and conservation. They got a pretty busy summer already. And I know he's got 4 or 5 educational programs he's going to be doing this year too. So just the fact that he's going to give us the time to come over there and participate and be a part of that, and just kind of dedicate, to our channel, to give us an opportunity, I think that's pretty great. Because they're a busy foundation. It's just that I don't think that a lot of people know what goes on here in Michigan. As far as reptiles, like a lot of people don't even know that we have 18 species of snake here, and only one is poisonous, and that's the eastern rattle, the Mississauga rattlesnake. So for those of you who keep seeing water snakes calling them water moccasins, they're not. just rattlesnakes, or rattlesnakes. They're just water snakes. They're fine. Yeah, I mean, you can actually. I think you can comment if you go on our YouTube page on our posts. You can comment there. I'll set something up. I know I'm still building our Patreon, but that'll be a good place to do that too, to like share pictures of your snakes and your enclosures and stuff like that. Because I'm always interested to see what everybody else has got. It's pretty awesome. Being a snake owner is pretty neat. You know, if you're into them, once you learn about their habits and what they're like. I mean, look at this girl. Look at her big green eyes. She's just so sweet. She's so sweet. And a lot of times, I talked about last week. Somebody had found a snake in, like, I don't know, their yard or something like that. They just automatically took it for a rattlesnake because of the way it looked. Apparently, it was a black rat snake. It's nothing like a rattlesnake. But they, were throwing stuff at it, trying to kill it. And it's like, dude, if you just go pick it up, to get rid of it, they might bite you, but they're not poisonous. But a lot of times, if I catch a snake in the wild, I rarely get bit. I watch what they're doing, but I rarely get bit. And I'll hold them. And after a minute, this is kind of what they act like. Or they'll just sit there and check things out. Once they realize that you're not trying to kill them, they're pretty cool. All right, what's going on in chat? Anything here? I don't know if my chat is keeping up with the live stream this week, so let's see. I think it's time for me to have a drink of coffee, though. That sounds like a great idea. Get it stirred up here real quick. See my cup this week? Snoopy. This cup actually belongs to my mom. She's a huge Peanuts fan. And I get her peanut stuff. I think we all do. I think all of us kids do. I got her seen one of those Christmas things with like the shepherds and all that. All the Peanuts parts. Archimedes is in shed this week. I had them out walking in the yard, like I said earlier. Took them outside, let them kind of, stretch out in the yard and move around and everything. And I went to bring Archimedes out, and she wasn't coming out of her paw. I'm like, man, she kind of looks funny. So yeah, she was in blue. So I was actually going to feature her this week, but she's in blue. She's in there shedding. She's making her little ball right now. So maybe next week I can bring Archimedes back on. She's my favorite. Who else we got in here? I wonder where Sonia's at. She texted me right after the live stream last week. She texted me and said, "Oh, I missed it." So hopefully she'll join us here soon. My guy from Hog Strictors too. If you guys get a chance, go check out Hog Strictors on YouTube. My guy David, he's been putting out some material, some content lately, and he has some venomins. So if you're into that, that's a good place to go and check out what he's got going on. Hog Strictors on YouTube. I think that's exactly how it sounds. There she is. There's Sonia. Good morning, Sonia. It's hard to find me. I'm everywhere. What do you mean? I'm available everywhere. We're on all social media platforms. All that. I can never find a live stream. Yeah, so you have to go. I think you have to go to the live tab on the page on the YouTube channel. That's where I have to go so I can stream it over here so I can watch the chat. And I'm always sitting here like stupefied for a minute, like waiting for everything to get started, you know what I mean? And trying to get everything set up over here. So like always, every morning, the first few things I do when we're doing a live stream it's just me sitting here getting things set up. Where are we at? So yeah, hog strictures. Yeah, David's awesome. David's awesome. I wish we maybe we should do like a Zoom type of thing. You know, one of these weeks, Candy. Let me try to figure out how to set that up. I'll research that this week. Maybe we could do like a Zoom thing where like we can bring on some of the regulars. Like you and Sonia and uh, Lacey, and we can like show off. We can kind of look at each other's snakes. That would be kind of cool, right? That would make a cool live stream. I don't know if you can do that live. I'm sure you can. Let's try to figure that out. That'd be awesome. Melody's not here this week because she worked late last night, and I imagine she's just waking up and getting around and feeding everybody over there. So, Monster Violet. Oh, you're drinking a Monster Violet this morning. I wasn't sure what you meant. Yeah, you don't like coffee. Whatever you're drinking in the morning to get going, that's perfect. It's perfect for this. It doesn't have to be coffee. It could be a Monster, a Red Bull, whatever. You should be drinking water. I don't care. But for me, I love coffee. So that's going to be it for me every time. Fizzy's here. Morning, Fizzy. How you doing today? Glad to see everybody chiming in here. I don't know if my thing's live or not, but whoever's in here, go ahead and hit the like button. That's going to help us out here on the channel quite a bit. Quite a bit. I always set these things for 9. And then I'm like showing up at 9:01, 9:05. I'm such a bad content creator. I know, like, people like to see the bigger snakes. Meme is here, my fat cat. Yeah, I think so too. I know getting set up, but I think that's what you're talking about, right? Getting set up for the live stream. So I think so too. I know some people use like OBS, which I've got, but it's just I'd rather do it this way. It's more raw, I think. Just go live on YouTube. I might try it. I might try it a different way one of these days, so I can actually have the horizontal or whatever it is landscape mode. But for now, this works, I think. But yeah, getting set up, I think kind of has character. You know what I mean? Like, there's no acting going on here. I'm late sometimes. No acting going on, so I think it makes it authentic. The case for all I care. Yeah, I don't care what size they are either. But like, when they're young, you want to work with them a lot, and that's one of the reasons I try to get a lot of the young ones out. We had Mary Jane on. Was it 2 weeks ago we had Mary Jane on? And she's one of my full-grown snakes, and we had her on. But getting the babies out, for the live stream especially, kind of helps with socializing them and keeping them active and being used to being held and handled and facing different situations, recreating these neural pathways for these little guys. So that way, they grow up to be pets and not just reclusive snakes. Because a lot of times that's what happens, and people go, well, I don't know why my snake just stopped hanging out, stopped coming out and being social. Well, because you get a snake and it's really cool, and then it's a little less cool, and then other things happen. Life moves on, and you get used to having a snake, and you forget to go handle them every now and then. And it happens. It is what it is. It's not any fault of your own. It's not like it's a bad thing. But then when you go back and you get reinterested, and you wonder why the snake isn't used to that anymore, well, you have to go back through that process again. Because now they're just used to hiding and kind of doing their own thing. I try to keep my snakes to where if they come to the front of the enclosure, they know that I'm going to open the enclosure and they're going to be able to come out and move around. I don't want them to feel caged. Maybe I'm maybe I'm too petty. Maybe I'm too into it, but um, I don't want them to feel too caged. I want them to feel like they have their own autonomy most of the time. And so when they come to the front of the cage and they come to the front of the enclosure, they get used to knowing that if they come there, I'm going to open the door and then come out and kind of explore around and everything, which has been a little harder to do here. But, um, oh, there's Snake Yawn. That was cool. See, thanks. That was so pretty. Everybody loves Snake Yawns. That was awesome. That was the first Snake Yawn on our live stream, I think. Unless you guys caught one before. Um, but yeah, that way when they come to the front of the enclosure, they know I'm going to open the door. They know they can come out and explore if they want to, and that keeps them active with me. Yep, 2 weeks ago is when we had Mary Jane on. Yep. Yeah, Mary Jane is so sweet. Like, I want to take her out all the time. I just put that short up of her. Um, I was free roaming her, and she didn't go to her usual spots. So then I looked and looked and looked, and I found her hiding under a blanket, a hanging blanket at that. Yeah, something about snake yawns, man. They really get people. I got one of Archimedes when she was really young. She was still pretty small, and just a perfect shot with her mouth wide open. I'll have to post it on the Facebook and on the YouTube channel, and the post area or whatever it is on here. I have to post it there, but it's a really good shot of her. There's one banners on some of the pages or whatever. Misty Yawn did an instant reply. Well, when we finish the live stream here in what 30 minutes or so, you can go back and look after. I don't know if you guys can go right to watching it or not because I can't on my side. I can't watch it on my side for like half the day. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I'm not sure how YouTube works like that, but look at her. Look at her alien heads. I mean, so bright, so yellow. What are you doing there? There you go. Getting out of focus. So, Sonia, how's your snakes doing? You were asking me about sheds the other day. You know, I don't really know how to answer that. I don't really keep track of how often all my snakes shed. Um, I know that if I don't see one for a while, I get a little concerned, but then usually, bam, they go right into blue right about then. So, but I think Archimedes, you know, she would shed about once a month or so, um, every 6 weeks or something like that. I'd find a new shed in there. But she had a growth spurt recently, so she shed 3 or 4 times recently. There's Lola walking by me if you're wondering what I'm looking at. Lola doesn't mind the snakes at all. I don't think I can watch it instantly. It takes a bit before I can look. Yeah, yeah, I think it takes a while, like it's processing or something. The live streams when we're all done is what she's talking about. I think it takes a while to process, but I noticed like other accounts can watch it before I can because I see the numbers racking up, and I still I can't watch it. So, or, you know, I guess that could be live stream. I don't know how that would work. Live streaming in other countries seems like it would just be live now, right? Got one of them shed. The first, nice. Um, Lola Candy says hi. She's sniffing her leg. Um, Fizzy said, beautiful snake. Thank you. What more fishy? She's a bumblebee. She's a bumblebee ball python. And I got her September last year, October last year, September, August, something like that. I got her last year. And she was very, very, very shy when I got her. Um, she was very shy when I got her, but since then, I've made her a pet. She's sweet. You know, I do a lot of touching their heads. So I touch their heads a lot, and that gets them used to not being so head shy, not so scared. And I also touch their tails a lot, because some people say don't do that, which is fine. You know, if they don't want their snake trained that way, that's fine. But I do it, especially when they're young, because I want them to know that they're safe with me. You know, I want to be able to touch their heads and then not jump from me. And so I try to brush their heads a lot. And then, their tails. I'll play with their tails sometimes. Yeah, you got Rhubarb is one of Bob's babies, right? Didn't you? Was that the same? Is that the same clutch that Dorothy came from? I wonder. I don't remember. I don't remember if that's the same clutch that Dorothy came from. But I seen his new clutch, man. And he does great socializing them. You know that when I got Dorothy, she was probably the most socialized snake I had, baby snake that I had met at that point. Like she's just, and even in the earliest videos, right after they pipped, right, that he was putting up, she was the one that was super curious, super bold, poking her head out, trying to see what was going on, sniffing around. There's lots of videos he put up of that, and I just kept watching, going, "Oh yeah, that's my snake," you know. So I knew that she was gonna be super cool when I got her, and she is. She's just. I just last night, she just came out, and she just. I try to like put her down in places where she can kind of free roam, but she'll crawl out mostly. She keeps her tail wrapped in my hand like usual, but she never crawls off my hand. She'll turn right around like she just wants to hang out on me. Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. You got number 6. I got number 5. You got number 6. So, uh, what do they call that? When they're born in the same year. I don't know what you call that for snakes, but they're clutch mates. Yeah, Bob does some pretty cool stuff with his snakes, man. And I've said it before. That's where I've learned a lot of my socializing skills from, is from watching Bob over the years, and keeping track of what works and what doesn't. You know, when I first found that channel, I thought, nah, this guy, who is this guy? You know. But then the more I watched and the more I tried some of the tactics that he was trying, and I thought, man, because I don't watch YouTube a lot, actually. I know I'm a content creator and I probably should, and it seems like content creators probably do that, but I don't. I rarely watch my own stuff. Um, but Bob and Dave are two that I just kept watching. I would go out of my way when they have new episodes out, because to me they're at the forefront of that. Oh, and Garrett, yeah, Garrett too. One of your comments just reminded me of that. And now I watch Clint and Garrett and Bob and Dave. Just wait, Sonia, wait. You have 3 more house snakes coming? Oh, she got bit by the bug, didn't you? So, okay, so you have 2. You only have 2 right now, correct? I hope you're paying attention. Ah, okay. Bushveld albino. Okay, so you have 2 now, and you have 3 more coming, right? You have 3 now, and 3 more coming. So you have 6 total. What's going to be your total? What's going to be your total here? Just, just 3. Look, you're going to have 25 snakes before you know it. That's my prediction. It happens to all of us. Well, most of us. You're going to have 25 snakes, Sonya. Yep. Yeah, total is 6. Yeah, you're going to have 25 snakes. So are they all carpets, though? Yeah. Yeah, the species she has are small. And they don't take up much space. They don't need very big enclosures. She said for now, yeah, they're small for now. They get pretty long. I mean, okay, so next we got to get you, Sonya, we got to get you a constrictor of some sort. We got to get you a boa, or at least a ball. At least a ball. They're not as active, but they're sweet. 6 beeps and a hog nose. Okay. You're right, house snakes. Why do I keep thinking you have carpet pythons? I know you have house snakes. Like potato chip. Yep, once you pop, you can't stop. They're like Pringles. Next thing you know, you're gonna have racks and starting your own channel and yeah, yep. I was thinking carpets. I don't know why I was thinking carpet pythons, and because they get much longer than that. I have horrible memory. Corn and a hoggy. Those are great snakes to have, though. You know, corn snakes, hognose snakes. I don't have a hognose. I've been wanting one, but I don't have a lot of colubrids. You know, I think my next one. I keep saying I want my next one to be a Hog Island boa. I don't know. I want my next one to be a Hog Island boa. My dog is going off for some reason. I don't know what. Oh, I think because she's seen somebody. Anyways, I want my next one to be a Hog Island boa. But you know, we got to get settled in where we're going next and make sure we can provide the right care. So, did Melody pop in? No. Oh no, that wasn't Melody. That wasn't Melody. Sorry, no, that wasn't Melody. Give me a sec. I'm gotta look over here and read all this. Oh, that would be cool. So if you breed, I want one from your first clutch. Okay? Okay? I got you on film holding your first snake, so I want one from your first clutch. Yeah, corn snakes are awesome. Corn snakes, milk snakes, man, I love them. I love colubrids. I don't appreciate them as much as I probably should. Okay, I don't know what Zozo. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. So we got 2 years before you can breed them. I don't know much. Actually, I don't know much about the breeding of house snakes. So, but I would love one. I'd be honored. I give it its own special PVC enclosure. You know. Man, I should film my enclosures, huh? I got some pretty cool enclosures. I know Bob just went bioactive, but I've been bioactive the whole time, and I have monsteras, ZZ plants, all kinds of stuff growing in there. And I've actually got a monstera and one that has got just got the biggest leaf full of fenestration. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's go the other way here a little bit. I don't know what that person is saying. Okay, and what about the three that you have coming in? You said you got one boy. Are they all female that are coming in, or do you have? And I assume they're all coming from Garrett, correct? So Sonny's saying I only have one boy that's not ready to breed, but all the rest of them potentially later this year. Okay. Oh, okay. You're not saying you have one boy. You're saying you have one boy that's not ready to breed. So what are the? I wonder what are the sexes of? I mean, how many males and females do you have that are potentially at the end of this year? Experimenting bioactive with your hog nose. Yeah, that's cool. Where'd you order from? Was it like BioDude or was it that company that Bob went to? I just build my own. Um, I've never ordered anything. I've never ordered anything from anybody. I just kind of do my own. I put my own, all my own stuff in. You know, all my own nutrients, my soil, my litter leaf, or my leaf litter, my leaf litter, my own sticks. You know, I cook and sanitize everything, of course, before I build it. So I've never done an order like that. Bioactive supply, yeah. Well, he's got that discount too. They seem like they really got their stuff together. I mean, that's cool that you can order. They actually, so this place actually, for anybody that's watching that doesn't know what we're talking about, and I don't know why I'm going to plug them right now, but just for you guys, in case you're looking to go bioactive, um, bioactive supply actually, if you let them know what breed that you're trying to go bioactive with, they will send you all the right stuff for that particular breed, that that locality is snake and everything. Like it's a pretty amazing setup. Um, at one point, I thought about when I was building up bioactives and I was really into the bioactive setups. I thought about trying to do something like that too, but they took it to a whole nother level than what I ever even thought of. You know, going by each breed of snake. That's pretty amazing. And one's a isn't one a zoologist and the other one is like a biologist or a geologist or something like that. She's in botany or he's in botany, something like that. But they're professionals. Each professionals in an aspect of that business. So that's pretty awesome. Fizzy says they're awesome by answering questions too. So if you're gonna go bioactive and you're not sure exactly what to do, you know, try to find a place like Bioactive Supply or BioDude. He's been pretty popular amongst people lately. So let me see what. Okay, yeah, Bob's place Bioactive. I got some stuff from the place Bob was promoting. Real nice, but really slow. Yeah, they're slow about like getting the stuff done, maybe. But you know, maybe they're new because I've never heard of that place before. You know, not that I should know every little thing that comes out, every little product, but I pay pretty close attention to what people are doing to bioactives because some people just get it all wrong, and they seem like they got their ducks in a row. Let's see, oh well, yeah, we all know I'm not a bad guy. Let's go see what we can do here about this guy. Yeah, they're just trolling from, it's a bot or something. High user on this channel. Bam. There you go. Gone. Anyways, thank you for that. We only promote positivity and unity usually on this page, on this channel. So yeah, I was wondering because they've got to be okay. So basically, I think what you're saying here, Fizzy, is that they're pretty busy. They're not like a huge company, and going to Pomona. Plus, they just got this huge promotion from Green Room Pythons. You guys are ordering from them, so I mean, I imagine they just had a huge influx of orders. So maybe that's the case. I hope they get it to you real soon, though. I'm excited. You should text me when it comes in, and we should link up. Let's. I want to see what they send you. I want to see what they send you for those. I'm interested. Yeah, and there's probably a way that I can just see what these people are saying. I don't know, but I feel like if I'm doing that over here already, like I feel like I'm not looking at the screen enough already talking to you guys because I look over here for the comments, and then I have to go, okay, well, what's this person saying? See, that's why I need Amy. That's why I need Amy. Yeah, all of you guys, like when you get that stuff in from Bio, because Sonya, you said you're getting it too, and Fizzy, you're getting it too. So just let me know what they come up with. Let me know what they send for those species. I'd be interested to find out. Because I'm getting ready to do the only enclosures that I have that aren't bioactive. I don't have Galileo, my albino milk snake. He's not bioactive, and my beardies aren't bioactive, and neither is Muffin. So I'm gonna look into those and try to build my own bioactives that way for them. Yeah, do that. FaceTime me when you open the box. That'd be awesome. Because I'm interested. And now I'm excited. I can't wait for next year when you breed your snakes because I want one. Hopefully my new house will be done by then. Hopefully by next year it'll be done. It's supposed to be done here a week or two ago, but man, this is we got here 48 minutes. Cool. I love spending my Sundays with you people. What do you mean by you people? It's okay. So getting set up in the mornings is a little frustrating. Is I got to pick a spot that I'm not going to be disturbed, and then I got to get my coffee, and then decide what snake. So next week I'm going to ask you guys what snake I should. I'm going to give you a choice out of a few snakes that I can get out for the live stream. I'll let you decide which one I'll bring, and then I'll worry about the coffee. You worry about the snake. That seems fair, right? Because I'm gonna, I was gonna bring Gordon Shumway out, which is my leopard clown, because I don't know if I mean, I know we had Gorgeous George. He's a dark snake, and Mary Jane is somewhat of a dark snake. But I want you guys all to think all I have is yellow, banana type, bumblebee. I mean, they're all pretty. But I like the dark colored snakes too a lot, and they maintain that iridescent look to them. So I really like that. You can actually see in Mary Jane's dorsal, you can still see the iridescence in her black spots. What are we looking at? I'm totally amazed at what you can do with transistors. Candy, who are you responding to? I'll know. Almona's ordered. I'm not sure who you responded to. Maybe it hasn't popped up in the chat yet, but it says that I don't know because I'm a contractor. I don't know what that. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I just can't see all the comments. I'm not sure. I don't know if somebody's got a question I can answer about building or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'd be happy to answer it if it pops up. So I build a lot of stuff. I'm actually in the middle of a career change. Um, oh, I didn't see that. At least 24 hours. You know, especially if you're gonna. But if you can look for an animal safe sealant. You know, they have those out there. I'll see if I can't find something to maybe post it or send you a link to it or something like that. Then I'll post it in the description of this video too. Which I posted. Somebody was asking about those fans that I use for my dehumidification in my enclosures. I posted that link in last week's live stream description, so that's in there in case you're wanting to find them. They're like 20 bucks a piece or something like that. They work great. Um, my corn snake. My corn snake, or I have a milk snake. I almost bought a corn snake and then they sold it. So yeah, I'd wait 24 hours, maybe even 48. 24 hours at least for that silicone to cure. You know, I would always do a sniff test because you know snakes are the respiratory systems are very sensitive. So you don't want to make them uncomfortable or put them in something that's still gassing out. So give it a sniff test and see how strong those fumes still are. Come here. There we go. Making me do yoga this morning. Um, but I always try to like look for an animal safe brand. You know, are you putting together? Is it because you're putting together your PVCs? Okay, see, I got Gorilla Silicone. The bottom of the cage that I got is sealed with the sides on. And you ordered from, didn't you order that gray one or something from on Amazon, right? And it came in pieces. Yeah, I mean, well, any silicone is going to be okay. You just got to give it, maybe 48 hours of gas out just to be safe, but at least 24, and then go and give it the old sniff test and see what you come up with. Um, I'm always super paranoid, and I don't even trust the labels on the backs of those. If I was sealing somebody's bathroom, I would say 24 hours. You know what I mean? But when it comes to animals, I'd give it an extra day, just because you don't want anything to happen. Just take the extra precaution. You might as well. Green. Yeah, okay, green, but it looks gray in the pictures. Uh, but the sides aren't. Right. Yeah, and I think like Cody, so I get my enclosures, my PVCs from Cody's Custom Enclosures, which is located in Michigan. I want to say Dearborn, but I know that's wrong. Great guy. He lives real close to me, about an hour from me. But I just picked my cages up already. They're done, and he does seal the sides, and I think he just does that just to help with the humidity and keep the moisture in and whatnot. So, and you're gonna go bioactive on that, right? Is what you were saying. So, I mean, right. Um, yeah, give it 24 to 48 hours. That'd be my advice. But I would do 48 hours because it's my animals. So that's crazy. I never thought about that. Your PVC enclosure coming in pieces, and then you have to finish putting it together. I never thought about that. Like I said, I'm lucky enough to live close to the guy who builds them. He sees them all out, but and he doesn't ship, so you can't like buy them from the same guy I buy them from. Unfortunately, maybe someday when he gets to where he can ship, we can start really promoting his product on here because it's pretty amazing. He does an amazing job. He's a great guy. He owns a lot of animals too. So, man, yeah, son, you just give it 48 hours. I think I said that 4 or 5 times now, right? Just give it 48 hours. That's how we end the show. Just keep saying, give it 48 hours. Um, what are you doing? She's doing something weird. I keep holding her down. You guys can't see her. I don't know that he has a website because I'm friends with him. I imagine he does. Cody's Exotics and Custom Enclosures. But even then, and I don't know, I don't remember where you're located, Candy, but you would have to drive up here to pick up his enclosures. But he custom makes them any way you want them. I requested some 4x2x2s with a half shelf that went all the way across, and that's what my PVCs for my ball pythons are set up for. And he built them perfectly. Great price. I mean, I think I paid for mine. Maybe I shouldn't tell you what I paid for mine because he might have given me a deal. I think he did give me a deal. I think he gave me a deal because I was buying 3 sets at a time. You know what I mean? So, but you could find him on my. I don't know if you're on my Facebook page or not, but Cody's Exotics and Custom Enclosures is the name. But he's awesome. And he's got a lot of really cool animals. More than just scaly friends. He's got some cool stuff. I'll keep trying to talk him into letting me come up and film, but he's not like I don't want to. I don't want to be on the camera kind of guy. You know what I mean? So it'd be hard to go up there and interview him without putting him on camera. Maybe we can do like some cool FBI file thing where they block out the face. But like there you go, Cody. Nobody knows it's you, man, except for the name of your product that we're gonna put on. If you look at what is it, one of my episodes, I show a bunch of his enclosures. It was one of my first episodes. Yeah, I don't know if it was the Goshen Reptile Expo or the Kalamazoo Reptile Expo. I want to say it was the Kalamazoo one. I featured his enclosures in there because he had a setup at the expo and he's my friend, so I wanted to do and show everybody what he does. So if you're wondering what kind of stuff he builds, go check that out because he's got all sizes for all types of animals. It's awesome. So if you're in Michigan or close to Michigan, worth checking out for sure. And he's always got deals going on for nice size cages, nice size enclosures. So, all right. Well, we're almost at an hour. Is there anything anybody wanted to ask or wanted to add before we moved on with our day today and closed down this live stream? I'm glad everybody showed up, man. Like I really like hanging out with you all on Sundays. It gets a good start to my day. So I don't know if I do that for you, but I'm glad you do it for me. Hope I do it for you. May keep showing up. So there's that. And then Dewey did such a great job. There's that stupid helicopter again. Maybe see it in the background. I gotta get back out to the country, you guys. This is not it for me. Anyways, Dewey did such a great job this week. Wouldn't you all agree? She's just been calm and climbing around. She's doing great. She's been an awesome co-host this week. I love her. I love her for it. So. Yeah, absolutely. Let's figure that out. I wonder if you can. I wonder if you can post. See if you can post pictures in the YouTube post. Like if you go to like my posts, it'll say post on the tab, and it's just like a social media stream of like memes and whatever else, announcements and stuff that I put on there. See if you can go there and post pictures in like the comment section of that. If not, then go to Facebook if you're not following us already, and I'll go on there today and say I'll put a post up, post pictures of your snakes. So find that post and put them on there, and I will go through there and look at them, and then I'll post up a bunch of pictures of maybe some of the snakes you haven't seen yet that I have, um, to kind of shake hands there. You know, I thought this was her face when I looked down. It's her butt. Yeah, and then once I get the Zoom set up, maybe like once a month or once every other month, we'll just do a Zoom of like the regulars. You know what I mean? I don't know how I would figure out who's going to be in the Zoom, or maybe we'll even open one for people to click in and out of. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do something cool, really community driven. You know, because you guys are an awesome addition to this channel. I love it. I love you guys for it. I love the support you give us, and the fact that you put us in your schedule to show up for our live streams and subscribe to our channel. I mean, that's just really, really, really meaningful to us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and shut down this live stream for now. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button if you're here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel. We're here every Sunday at 9 a.m. For snakes with or coffee with snakes. Let's try that again. Take two. We're here every Sunday at 9 a.m. for coffee with snakes at 9 a.m. And we love having new people come in and talk about their snakes and have questions. I know we got some new people in last week, and they had a really good time and learned some stuff. So hopefully somebody learned some things this week. And hit subscribe, hit the like. You know all the things. You know all the things. So say bye to Dewey for now. Say bye, Dewey. Bye. See her waving. That's how snakes wave. She's saying bye. For real. All right. So until next time, stay wild and keep your feet on the ground. Take care, everybody.